Good evening. I am speaking regarding agenda items 13.01, 6.01 regarding the tax levy and maximizing financial resources, and also personal consent agenda item number 9. On February 7th, Governor John Kasich delivered the State of the State address from Wells Academy in Steubenville, Ohio. Wells Academy was named Ohio's #1 elementary school, and believe it or not, it's a public school where 58% of the households are economically disadvantaged. Unemployment was at 15% in 2010, and their teachers' salaries are 22% below state average. Their cost per student is $5,000 compared to Westerville's cost of almost $11,000 per student. Wells Academy has accomplished this despite economic downturn and having half of their students come from poor households. This clearly blows a hole in the board's theory that we have to pay higher than average salaries in order to obtain quality teachers. These teachers, in my opinion, would be a welcome addition, and I am sure that any one of these teachers from Steubenville would be willing to come to Westerville and take a 10% pay increase and still earn less than what we are paying our teachers. The board talks of comparing Westerville to the other districts in our area, but perhaps the board's time would be better spent if they got in their cars and drove to Steubenville and spoke to that board to learn how to do more with less and to do it with excellence. Maybe Steubenville is a little too far to travel, so let's take a look at what's happening a little closer to home. Where do you go when you want your child to receive the best education? Most people would say a private school. It would be a fair statement then to say that private schools set the standard for educational excellence. Naturally, one would think private schools would be more expensive than public school, but the reality is that public education is 26 more expensive than private school. The typical cost per student attending a private high school is $8,000. The cost per student in Westerville is $10,800 and some odd dollars. So all of the pro-levy residents need to ask themselves, why are we paying so much more than a private school? Why cannot Westerville operate on an $8,000 per student budget? If the district did operate on $8,000 per student instead of the $10,800, there would be a savings of $39 million. You've been duped into thinking that if Westerville cuts salaries and positions that the educational value will go down. If that's the case, then how are private schools and Wells Academy succeeding while paying so much less? Quite frankly, I feel ripped off. The district refuses to look at this as a solution, and in response, they say that other surrounding districts spend more than we do. Well, perhaps those people are being ripped off too. Is it too much to ask for a reduction in salaries and benefits to balance the budget rather than take away programming from our children? Vote no on issue 10 because we deserve better.